shit never is as bad as it seems. Fuck a lifespan, this is just one long dream.
How's it going, everyone? And welcome back to another episode of Storytime. On the last story, I believe I told something about a time where I ditched class or something similar to that. Yeah, no, it was totally when I ditched class. Yeah, no, that was a pretty cool story. If you didn't watch it, you could check out the playlist and you can catch up on some story times from the past and to get to where we are now. But moving forward, today's story is going to be something that maybe not a lot of you could probably relate to. I'm not too sure, but it is a pretty crazy story nonetheless. So let me slowly address things of how they are. So this day was a very special day because it was the day that my cousin had passed away, and usually on this day me and my friends will get together and we'll just kind of like partake in a couple activities that my cousin used to do with us to kind of like, celebrate his life kind of thing, try to keep him going. And on this particular time, my buddy came and picked me up and he was like, dude, you want to go down to Providence? There's a really good dispensary down there that he always goes to, he's talking about. And I'm like, it's cousin's birthday. I was like, yeah. Usually he liked to pick us up, and I used to call it kidnapping, where he just take us to like random locations, and if you didn't have your car, or like you were basically stuck with him the entire day. Like there was no going home. And he might even force you to spend the night at his house. Like, oh my god, like it was a journey. Like I like to consider myself, I don't mean to like change everything, but I like to consider myself, maybe a lot of people do, but like the journeys of life almost like bizarre. Like I don't know, sometimes things happen in life and it's just like, bro, did that really just happen? Or like the sequence of events is just nuts. But that theme will kind of correlate later into the story. So my buddy hits me up, he's like, hey, let's go to Providence, there's this cool dispensary I always go to, they got some good dank, let's go. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll go with you guys, or I'll go with you. It was just me and him. He picked me up at my house, I took my dogs outside, took them back in, and went up to Providence. Now on the ride there, it wasn't too crazy. Actually, you know what, I lied, it was fucking crazy. I don't know how. Like, I'm not gonna name drop him, but I don't know how this guy has his fucking license. Like, he could drive, don't get me wrong, but this nigga does the craziest things. It's almost like, excuse my French, but like, it's bad. This, like, you know how, like, what you're supposed to do, right? You're supposed to merging, like, through multiple lanes. You're supposed to go to one lane, stop, go to another lane, stop, go to the other lane, or whatever. This dude just fucking zips right across all the lanes at once. I don't know if he only did that because there was an opening on the bridge. So like there was multiple lanes, so he just could have crossed over like that. But nonetheless, it was the most wildest fucking thing on the planet. And I'm looking at him like, bro, you're not supposed to do that like that. He is a wacky fucking driver. Like he'll fucking do something, like he'll reach for his bag and like leave the car with no steering wheel, like with no hands on the steering wheel. I mean, I'll do that. Like sometimes I'll drive with my knees, but he wasn't even driving with his knees. He was just literally just letting the car let Jesus take the wheel. Literally letting Jesus take the wheel. And I was just looking at him like, bro, it's a miracle that we even like made it there and back, realistically. So after, I think it was like an hour drive, we get to Providence. We get to the dispensary. And he goes in, he shows me around, he gets his dank. He's like, yo, look, the dispensary was really cool. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, the presentation was nice. It kind of looked like one of those, like, modern chic, like, restaurants, like, vibey almost, with just a bunch of, like, dank everywhere. So, like, for example, like, they had, like, the neon, like, words, like, oh, like, 420 every day, or like be great, like those types of neon words with like the floral wall with like the grass or like the leaves and stuff like that, kind of like one of those new like Instagrammy like little shops you can go to nowadays, or coffee shops. It kind of had that like that vibe going on, but there was a bunch of like weed and stuff. Whoops, can I say that? I'm 5 minutes in. You guys, I'm pretty sure the ones that are watching this, you guys are straight. Like, we're cool, right? because not everybody watches the stories. So I feel like if you do, you have a special place in my heart. So like we're chill. But yeah, no, there was a bunch of weed everywhere. It was like they have it on like little display cases. You can just pick it up and look at it to look at the terpenes and shit like that. Nah, it was pretty cool. Like I got to give the dispensary that because he always goes there. I was like, okay, now it's definitely I could see that 10 out of 10. So we get in the car, and the fucking owner to the dispensary catches us. Like he sees us in the parking lot. And he's like, "Hey, what's up? Do you guys like what you got?" And I'm like, yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, if I like it, we'll probably, maybe I might come back. I'm not sure. I don't know. So far, no, I haven't been back. So maybe I'm not, but my friend has definitely been back a lot of times. But he was like, yeah, he was like, I grow it myself. Like, I have like, because it's a dispensary, so it's like a legal thing. He's like, oh, I have like this room, and he grows a bunch of it all, and like the vape cartridges are like actually like pressed or some like technique that gets all into like the fucking physics and science of the bud you're trying to smoke. It was pretty cool. He told my friend about signing up to the reward system because he goes there so often, so he can get some free bonus perks. Like I'm pretty sure he just got a free ounce or something like that from going there so many times. I don't know. I guess they're doing cool stuff. And he signs up for it. He's like, yeah, no, that was cool. You see the guy gets in his truck, he drives off, we drive off. Now that we have the ZA secured, it was, what are we going to do? We're going to smoke it. So I was like, hey, listen, let's go to like that downtown area that we passed through to get here, and let's just walk around and maybe find a place to just spark up the ZA. Because he wanted to go to some place called Lincoln Park Woods, but I wanted to go a little further south to explore the area more, like of downtown Providence, because I was down there for my birthday and my anniversary. So I wanted to go down there and get everything all ordered, like sorted out, so I could see what the area looks like. But at the same time, go down there so maybe if like there's anything cool, I could take my girlfriend there to go do it. So we get to this one spot, and it's like a college like area. It's weird. It's like a college part of the downtown. It's like called College Hill or some shit like that. And there's a Starbucks, which there's a Starbucks. It's kind of like in a gentrified area. I don't know. There's a Starbucks, the Ben and Jerry's, little restaurants and stuff like that. So we park there, we leave the car, and he starts rolling up or whatever. He gets, I skipped the good parts. So after we get the ZA, right? I'm sorry, I'm going back. This is the whole story. I'm sitting here telling you guys about my day. No, this is the story. After we got the ZA, we needed something to roll it with. So, okay, whatever. And not too hard. He puts in a smoke shop and the GPS, because, none of us are from the area, so we don't know. We get to this one smoke shop, right? We pull in. It's this dude, like, fixing a phone behind the counter. Some, like, Arabian guy. And my friend walks in. He's like, can I get some raw joint papers? Because he only smokes raw joint papers. Sometimes he'll put a little bit of Fronto or Graba in it. He hasn't done it lately, but sometimes that's what he does. But he likes joint papers. He doesn't like to smoke like the blunts, tobacco wraps and stuff. So he goes in. He's like, can I get some raw papers? The dude reaches for like this weird like brand joint paper called like Easy Widers or some shit like that. Yeah, they're called Easy Widers. So he's like, no, I don't want those. Those are nasty. I'm like, how do you know? You tried them? He's like, yeah, those are disgusting. Like, no, I want raw papers. The guy's like, no, I don't have raw papers. So we're like, all right, fine. And then he tries to sell us out on something else. So my friend like walks out. I'm like, we could just get that. He's like, no. He walks out. As we're walking out of the store, he's like, you don't have to buy something just because he's talking about it. And I was like, you know what? You're right. If that's not what you want, then you don't have to sit here and buy it, even if he tries to coax you into it or coerce you, whatever the word is. And we go to another store. We go to a gas station this time. So we stop at the gas station, and I go in. No, we both go in, and we ask the dude. We're like, oh, we need raw papers. And the dude looks at us. He reaches over, and we think he's gonna grab the raw papers. Dude grabs fucking Easy Widers again. So I'm looking at my friend, and he's looking at me. And we just burst out laughing, walking out of the fucking gas station. Because I'm like, why is it with the two places that we went to? We went to a smoke shop and a gas station, and they don't have raw papers. All they have are Easy Widers. And he does not want to use the Easy Wider. He's like, they're nasty. So I'm like, what the hell? You didn't bring any papers? He's like, no, I forgot. And I'm like, damn, whatever. So there's only one last spot that we check. There's another smoke shop in the downtown Providence, the place with the Ben and Jerry's and the ice cream in the Capitol Hill where we got to. So we get to the other smoke shop, and we go in. It's an Asian guy, and we're like, "Can we get the raw joint papers?" He's like, "Oh no, I don't have those." Then he reaches for the easy widers. He's like, "No." My friend's like, "No, no, no, I don't want those easy widers. I don't want those easy widers. I just want raw papers." And the guy explains that, like, I guess in Rhode Island, they're taxed up more, like the raw papers or something. So like the fucking convenience stores, the smoke stores can't sell them at a good price. Like it's like fucking. He said they'd have to be like $10 or $15 for a pack of them or some shit like that. I don't know. That's what the guy said. I don't really care too much because I don't live out there. And my friend goes like, he's like, "Fuck, bro." Like, he's like, "I'm not smoking with an easy lighter," and I just start laughing. So I'm like, "What now?" And he's like, the guy had backwoods on the fucking thing. So he's like, "You want to just smoke a wood?" And I'm like, shit, I don't really want to do that, but I'm like, sure, why not? Because my cousin smoked wood, so we'll take it a step extra and smoke a wood for him too. So I was like, all right, fine, we could smoke the wood. He gets the wood. We get out of the smoke shop, and as we're walking out of the smoke shop, I was debating. I was like, because I see the Starbucks. I was like, "Oh, Starbucks." Then I seen Ben and Jerry's, because I was gonna get a coffee. I was gonna get a caramel macchiato with almond milk, iced, but they didn't. I seen the Ben and Jerry's, and I think the ice cream was more important because I was like, I can't have two sweet things. Like, that doesn't work. So I got the ice cream. I got a cup of chocolate chip cookie dough with rainbow sprinkles. That shit was so good, bro. Like, vanilla ice cream with like chocolate chip cookie dough or chocolate chips with rainbow sprinkles is the best. Like, I want one right now just talking about it. It's 10 o'clock at night. Like, I'm not getting that. Nonetheless, we get the ice cream. We get to the car, and he starts rolling up. And I'm looking around, right? I'm just like, dude, we're in like the weirdest part of town. Like, there's fucking Ben and Jerry's, there's Starbucks, but like there's college. We're like on a college campus, so like, are we even supposed to be here? He's like, I don't know. So we get up, we check the sign, and it says like on the day we were there, I think, which was like Sunday, that the parking was available for the public. So like, okay, interesting. But we see people like with backpacks on walking out of the class. Like, there was something that he said, something about like there's these kids, not even kids, they're like adults walking out of this building, and they had the goofiest fits on. He's like, "Look at all the science nerds." And for a second, I didn't think about it until I looked at the building they were walking out of, and it was like some sort of like aerospace or some weird library. And I started laughing. Oh shit, those guys were science nerds. He's like, "I told you." So he's done rolling up. He's like, "We should smoke the wood right here." And I'm looking at all these people like walking by, like the science people, the school people, like people just random passerbys and shit like that. And I'm like, "Seth, these people are giving us funny look." Oh fuck, I said his name. I'm like, whatever. It's 13 minutes in. I'm like, "Seth, these niggas are giving us dirty looks. Like, we cannot smoke this wood right here." And he's like, "All right, whatever. We're not gonna do it here." Then we go to this place called Lincoln Park. When we get to Lincoln Park, it was a cool little vibe. It had like a beach and like a lake. So we kind of parked the car. We got out for a walk. We found a rock and we smoked the wood on a rock. And had a pretty nice day. I mean, we didn't get the raw papers that we wanted, so we had to settle for a backwood, and those can give you a really mean head rush. They're nasty. I don't really like backwoods, but we had a good day. I had fun, even with the whole goose chase, the raw papers. It was a good day. I got to live the day for my cousin, do a couple of things that he liked in his honor. We even went to the mall after, actually, and got Chinese food. So, I had a really good day. And, yeah, I don't want to waste any more of you guys' time. Hopefully you enjoyed today's story. Maybe it's not something that you might have enjoyed. I don't know. I feel like my storytelling skills right now are pretty good, but maybe not as peak. But it's also because I'm tired. And I got to go to work at 6 o'clock in the morning. And it's literally about to turn 10. It's like 10 minutes to 10. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like. If you want more storytime videos, you can check out the storytime playlist. That'll pop up at the end of this video or on my playlist tab on my homepage. And, yeah, just other Mortal Kombat, Iceberg stuff. I got a lot of content planned out. I might do weekly uploads. I'm not sure. It's like with the whole work balance, it's kind of hard to keep like how I used to like do at least 2 or 3. I don't think I can really do that. I think I can do like one good video. But I got a lot of good things planned. I got a lot of ideas, got them written down that I want to act out on and work on them. And this is one of them. So thank you guys for watching, like I said, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.